everyone, it's Katie from Katie's Scrappy Studio, and the poll results are in, and the winner was the Altered File Folder Organizer. And this is what we're going to be making. And I hope you guys can see this okay. I'm trying to get a really big view of everything because I'm going to be cutting paper and whatnot. So this is basically what it looks like. It's just a regular old file folder that you manipulate, cut, fold, score, whatever, and turn into an organizer. And this has a place for 5x8 notepads, and then we have a spot for a pen, and then a pocket here for all kinds of fun stuff, or not fun stuff like bills and whatnot, whatever you want to use this for. And so this is just the one I made. This one opens from left to right. I'm going to try and remember to show you how to make it so that it opens from right to left. Yeah, that one's left to right. Sorry. If you want it to open from here to this way, like that, on the other side, then it's really a simple matter of where you put your bottom score line. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me go ahead and tell you what you need real quick. You need some type of strong adhesive. This is 1/2" score tape. This is actually too wide. You want to use a 1/4 inch, something like that, or you can use a glue gun. ATG, you could use that, but it's not real strong. If it's just gonna set, if your organizer's just gonna set by your desk, you're probably okay. But if you're gonna be picking it up, moving it around a lot, you might want to use something stronger, like red line tape, or score tape like this. I will actually be cutting my score tape in half because this is too wide for what we're doing. You need a bone folder along with some type of scoring system. However you score paper, I'm using this Cricut cutter thing, and the blade, no matter what blade I put in it, doesn't really work very well, but the score blade works. You need a paper trimmer, and then you need a file folder. And this is just a standard file folder. And let me see, I think they are, let me find my notes. They are approximately, get the measurement, 11 5/8 by 9 1/2 when they're closed. When they're opened up, they're much wider, of course. But these are actually really simple to make. And you'll also need, I don't know if I said this already, but scissors, and you'll need a pen, so you can put in your put it in your organizer. And I forgot to get my ribbon out, but we will also need some ribbon. Okay, and then you will need a stack of notepads that are measured 5x8 and that are 1/4 inch in depth. And what these are from a dollar store pack of 3, and they come connected as 3 with the blue part on top, but it can come apart pretty easily. So what I have done is used a 5" by 2" piece of cardstock and use score tape on the top, and then just adhere this backing here, and that way this stays together. So that part is optional. If your stack of notepads is stuck together pretty well, then it's okay. You can use, I used to just glue on the page, but these pages come off really easily, so it's not very good for holding the weight of an entire notepad. They each have about 40 sheets, I think. And then I think that'll do it. Other than you might need a pencil. I'm using a marker because I need to be able to clarify some things for you guys, show you some things that are important. Ooh, that was some enunciation right there. Okay, so let me get this stuff out of the way. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open it up, and on the left side we're going to cut 2 1/4 inches. And that, you're going to measure from the tabs, the farthest point out. So 2 1/4 inches from the furthest point on the notepad, including the tabs. Okay, so we've got that closed. Okay, so the next step is to score. we're going to score based on the fold line, the original fold line here. And we're going to line that up with where our cut would usually be. And an easy way to do this is just line it up, is just close it and then line it up like that. But I'm just going to do it this way so you guys can see. And I'm going to go ahead and use this, pretend that I have cut off this extra edge right here. So I'm not going to include that in my measurement here. So I'm going to go and find 6 inches right here. I'm going to line the center fold up here at the 6-inch mark. And then I'm going to score. And then I'm going to move this over to 6.5 inches. There we go. Yeah, in this file folder, I have ruined over a dozen trying to backtrack my instructions on this because I didn't have the instructions anymore. I had to go back and reverse engineer my my creation from ones that I had made previously a couple years ago from a craft fair. Okay, so next step is 1/2 inch to the left of the score line. This is going to be, this is facing you guys now, so this is to the left. I'm going to score 1/2 inch to the left. So I'm going to line up my fold line right at 1/2 inch. Okay. And then score there. Make sure it's nice and done. Here we go. Okay. And then this is where it becomes crucial on where you actually put your next score line. Then from left to right like this, you're going to start your score line on the short half. If you wanted to open the opposite way, then you're going to start your score line on the long half. So I want to do the long half, so I'm going to start my score line on this part, on this side. And so I'm going to line this up at 3 inches. And again, I am not using the tab here. This isn't going to be exact right here. I'm going to have to be careful and eyeball and make sure this is straight. But you're going to score this at 3 inches, and this is what is going to make the pocket at the bottom that will fold up and hold notes and receipts and things like that. Get this nice and lined up. I'm going to score it as much as I can here. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to turn this because I can't score it properly all the way. Finish my score line here. Okay. So I think that is the end of our scoring. And I am going to point out a couple areas here for you. I don't think that my white pen will work. I don't think my silver is going to show. Actually, I might be able to use this to show you. Now, we've got this original score line in the middle, the fold line. Then we've got a score line to the, what it looks like to you, to the right of it. And then we've got at the bottom here, 3 inches up, we've got a score line here, and then 1/2 inch over a score line here. And the 1/2 inch score lines right here, right here, and here are for your spine. And this over here is your flap. And the reason you don't need this extra part right here is because there's enough for you to be able to close it. So let me see if I can show you the intersection point here. So we've got a mark right here, score line right there, and a score line right here. And we are actually going to cut from this furthest score line, cut this entire one out. So we're going to cut through that side right there too, as well as this first score line. That's important. And I like to go ahead and cut before I do any folding because I am not very good at cutting on folds. I always end up cutting to the left or to the right or something like that, mess it up. Okay. Alright. And now we can go ahead and grab our bone folder and put my little utensils away here. I'm going to fold up. Fold over here on this line. Fold over here on this line. And then over here, this is a little tricky because it actually is part of one of the score lines that is pre-made on one of the file folders. On the file folder itself, 1/2 inch, because each score line they have pre-made on here is 1/4 inch to the other side of the fold. So, okay. So you can see now, once I do it this way for you, you can now see how our book is going to close, just like that. And I've got this opening from right to left. There we go. Okay, the next step is we're going to apply our adhesive. And like I said, I'm using the score tape. You can use red line tape, whichever. And these are where we're going to put the adhesive on either side of this center spine, and then on the edge here. You do not want to put any on this line right here. Definitely not want to do that, or else you won't be able to put anything behind it. So I'm going to tear this off. That's another reason I like score tape better than I like the red line tape, is that you can tear it with your hand. You can tear it without scissors. You can use your hands. But also, it peels off easier, and it doesn't get major static cling. It gets stuck to your fingers. The protective paper doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and just put these, go ahead and fold these up. Make sure they're good and adhered. You can see these wet spots here from where my paint pen went through, a little thick. And at the top here, I've put some adhesive so that I can put a matching cover. This is just under 5 inches. I usually cut them at 5 inches and then just cut the excess off. But so I'm going to peel the adhesive off the top of these two notepads that I have stacked together. Always trouble when you're trying to do it on camera. Oh, isn't that the way it goes? Okay, and there's going to be extra left. Okay, so sorry, my battery cut out on me and I didn't even realize it, so I kept going on and on, but went ahead and got my my matching cover up here, and this is functional too, remember, to keep the notepads together. And I've got this adhesive on the back, and I'm going to use the cardboard piece, and this is exactly why you want to use the thinner adhesive on the sides, no greater than 1/4 of an inch. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get the notepad in. So I get this. Let's get in. There we go. Even with a 1/4 of an inch of the that adhesive, an 1/8 of an inch would have been ideal. Or use a glue gun. Oh, that's why it's not going any further. It's at the bottom. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Okay, so let me get this down. And then I've got my ribbon here, and I went ahead and, this is not one to stay. I don't know if this was the right cap for this pen or not, but I put my pen in, and then I put the ribbon around it, and then figured out exactly where it would need to be glued so that this would have a good snug fit. And next, I'm just gonna put adhesive on the back of this thing, on the back of my ribbon. And then I'm gonna adhere it to the back behind this cardboard. That way, the next time that way when I need to change when I've used up all my pages, I can go ahead and change the notepad without having to worry about re-adhering the pen. And there you go. And there you have it. You have your notepad, and so you have a space over here for your notes and whatnot. And if you want to decorate the inside, you definitely probably want to do that before you fold. When I did mine, I did it with a border. I made it a little easier, because I always have trouble when I try to put paper over something and then fold it, and the paper always ends up pulling a little bit. So you use Velcro, you use magnets, any type of closure that you like. It's totally up to you. Velcro and magnets are the quickest ways to open and close this. So there we go. That's all there is to it. I hope this video was helpful and informative, and that it was easy to follow. And the next video that's due to be uploaded, it might not be uploaded the very next upload that I do, but the next second place winner in the poll was my dad's card book, and I will show that video next. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned. Bye everyone.